Hi. So it's been a while since I've made a video. A couple reasons. The first, the first few videos I recorded were on my old computer. I was working with a 2006 MacBook, the little white kind. Not a good look. I had no memory, and so trying to upload a video was ridiculous. So a problem. The second reason, you might remember from my first video, I mentioned that I had applied to some PhD programs, and that was one of the big things that was happening in my life at the time. Well, I got accepted to a program. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Very happy about that. But that means that when I got my fancy new laptop, I didn't have any time to record videos. So we're actually on Christmas break right now, and I figured, yeah, okay, I could make a couple videos. So as you can see by the title, I want to do a sort of I guess, a mini series, and it's going to be called Exceptions to the Rule. So these are going to be hair videos, and I want to talk about in each of the videos that will come. I think there are going to be 3, but we'll see. I'm going to talk about a popular rule in the natural hair community, one of the things that you must do, and just talk about it from a different perspective. So this one is on protective styling. So if you are interested in growing your hair and you do a Google search to figure out, best ways to grow naturally curly hair, you will find tons of videos and tons of articles and posts about people praising protective styling and basically saying like it is the only way. If you want to grow your hair, you need to wear protective styles. And there are people who are hardcore about that. They like wear their hair in protective styles 90% of the time, because they're trying to grow their hair out. Okay, so here's the thing. And this is going to be a common theme that you will hear in all of the videos to come. It is important to know your hair. The only must, right? The only must when it comes to curly hair care, natural hair care, I think is moisture. We have to keep our hair moisturized. Beyond that, all of the other musts, maybe not. Must for some, not so much for others. Maybe must for you, depending on what your goals are. So as a personal example, my hair does not do well in protective styles. I learned this the hard way. I was on the bandwagon of protective styling for a while. I wore my hair in buns for almost a year. And during that time, my ends took a beating. It wasn't healthy for me. Now, some of it is because I wasn't protective styling in a good way, right? So my buns were probably always tighter than they needed to be. I was putting protein treatments on my protein enriched conditioners on my ends and tucking them away, but my ends didn't need that much protein. So when I would take it down, I'd just have crunchy, frizzy mess. But even beyond that, though, you have to understand what your hair needs and when it needs it. I know for myself that I can grow my hair from a tois to waist length without ever doing protective styles. I know that because I've done it. I can grow my hair to armpit length without doing much of anything. For most of my life, my hair was at armpit length. I couldn't get it to grow any further than armpit length. It just stayed right there. That's with me treating my hair basically like crap. I mean, because I didn't know, right? I didn't know how to care for my hair. I didn't understand proper moisture. We're talking, the 80s and the 90s. I did whatever I could do. I at one point in time in my life flat ironed my hair once a week, right? Like I'd go a week straight, a week curly, a week straight, a week curly. But I was always able to maintain hair at about armpit length. So let's say I cut my hair off today into a tois and I decided I wanted to grow my hair to armpit length. I could pretty much do that and be as abusive as I wanted to be to my hair, and it's going to grow that long. I don't need a protective style. I don't need to do anything special. I mean, and it'll look good. It won't be in great condition, but it'll look fine. If I decided that I wanted to grow my hair to bra strap length, there's a little bit more I needed to do. Now, for me, that's not protective styling. That is, I need to cut out heat. If I want to grow my hair to bra strap length or beyond, I can't use heat in my hair regularly. My strands can't take it. I have to be more intentional with how I'm moisturizing and caring for my ends, right? But I don't need protective styles. Right now, my hair is just above waist length. Now, I don't know. Perhaps if I want to go to tailbone length or classic length, I might at some point in time need to figure out how to incorporate protective styles in a healthy way. Um, I would have to, that will come, through trial and error. But to get to the length that I'm at now, I don't need protective styles. So what am I saying? That may be true for you too, or it may not be true for you. Um, but the idea that this is a must, you have to do it, not so much. It's more important, and I think it's especially important when we're kind of learning our hair, to figure out what our individual hair needs. What is your texture? If your hair is super duper fine and also porous, you probably do need to do protective styles if you want to achieve length. And be very gentle in your styling. You want to have low manipulation, you want to incorporate protein into your routine, and you might want to hide it away because your strands are more delicate. If you have coarse hair and low porosity, you can probably do a whole lot to your hair before you ever need to think about a protective style or protein treatments or any of that, right? Because your strands, the integrity of your strands is just, it's stronger, right? Um, if you have, if your goal is to reach, you know, classic length, then you have to make adjustments along the way. That's the biggest point. There's no one size fits all when it comes to curly hair, and this has been said by a number of people. And I'm sure if you're looking at this video, you've probably heard this before. But the way that our curls look, right, our curl type, that also doesn't dictate what will work for your hair. Your hair may look exactly like mine, but be different as far as the porosity or how the texture, right? If it's fine, if it's medium, or if it's coarse, or the density. And so your hair may require different things. Protective styling may be absolutely something that you have to incorporate, but protective styling may also be something that is detrimental to your hair. So again, the point, if you take nothing else away from this video, the point is that when it comes to these rules, and this particular one is the idea of protective styling, there's no one size fits all. It's based on what your goals are, and what the individual properties of your hair are. If you're trying to achieve certain lengths, if you are trying to get past a length that you've been stuck at for a long time, then you may need to figure out, well, what am I doing that's impeding my growth? When I was stuck at armpit length, I had to figure out, what is it? Like, what do I need to do in order to be able to push past this? And for me, that was cut out the heat. When I wanted to push past bra strap length, the thing that I had to do was incorporate more moisture, holding more moisture in my hair, right? So for me, that was the curly girl method that did wonders for my hair. But those are the kinds of questions. So it's not, oh, well, somebody said I should do X, Y, or Z. Nope, I have to figure out what my hair needs, and that is trial and error. So I hope that was kind of interesting and not too rambly. And I'll try to get better with the next one. But yeah, just wanted to share thoughts on protective styling. I think in the next video, I'm going to talk about silicones, mineral oil, and moisture. So, yep, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Bye.